walks onto stage. Good whatever, lady and gentlemen. The Matrix. The dot matrix. The green zeros and ones on a black background. The movie The Matrix. Released in 1999. Before the internet took off properly. During the hype of Y2K. And the technology bubble. Pauses. Oh yeah, before I forget. Spoilers. Smirks. Neo, Morpheus and Trinity. Form a hero threesome. With their dark glasses, black attire and gameplay. Many a meme have they been. With the mystery of the first film. Somewhat destroyed by the sequels. With the main hero, Neo, the one. Ending up as a solution to a rounding error. In The Matrix. Rolls eyes. The plot is straightforward. An office employee, who hacks systems in his spare time, is given the option to run after the authorities find out his identity. Remember when these slide phones came out? They were all the rage. Neo got his handed to him in an envelope. And Morpheus gave him directions to escape. But Neo bottled it. And ended up in the hands of the agents of the Matrix. They inject a bug into his abdomen. After being asked if he would assist them. Needless to say, Neo was not interested. What a rebel. He wakes back in his flat. 101. And ends up following the White Rabbit. Down the rabbit hole. So far, so good. This is all quite interesting. But then it gets a little freaky. The rebel team extracts his bug. And Neo suddenly realizes he had not been dreaming. This is an indicator to the trance-like state Matrix inhabitants must exist in. For Neo to think the earlier scene at his work was a dream. If it was me, I would have thought the rebel team scene and Morpheus were the dream, with the agents using drugs to extract information. But there you go. Best stick to the plot. Morpheus offers Neo the infamous red pill or blue pill. With the red pill being the truth. Now an internet meme. Neo takes the red pill. A decision he is programmed to do if you watch the Matrix trilogy. And the Matrix's rounding error program is started. Neo wakes up in a pod, where he lives, plugged into the Matrix. Fed and maintained like a baby in a womb. Morpheus later explains that the machines have turned the human race into biological batteries. Why the human race? Who the fuck knows? Maybe the machines enjoy fucking with us. Maybe they were programmed not to kill humans. The plot holes in the Matrix make it a calendar. I would use a more appropriate word, but getting this fuckwit to pronounce it would take all day. Looks left. Come on. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Pauses. Nothing in the Matrix makes any sense. It is a logical bag of shit. Pauses. Unfortunately, no one can be told how shit the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. What is with a glitch? For example, I have glitches in the real world all the time. Misremembering something. Making sense of something I have seen a million times before, for the first time. Even déjà vus. But if these things happened like they did in the Matrix, even with a docile population, they would need a lot more system resets than the trilogy suggests. Cypher sees the wood for the trees. Why would people escape the Matrix if it meant a certain death? Or living in a hole on a dead planet? I found Cypher's betrayal understandable, although murdering the rounding error a little off-plot. Given it was the real world. And the machines had everything in hand. Pauses. And when Morpheus sacrifices himself, for no apparent reason, you begin to think the writers are just fucking with us. Just like the machines. Now, if Morpheus had kicked ass and escaped through the front door with the agents in pursuit, the plot of his sacrifice makes more sense. But to surrender like a bitch, just to test Neo, is a little lame, to say the least. Why we are on saying the least. What was with Neo and Trinity? There was not any reason for their coupling, other than he's the one. I believe in him. And she's female. Pauses. I think. Pauses. There is no spoon. Clearly there was a spoon, and Neo knew this. What was with the bendy spoon? Was it some shit reference to Uri Geller? You know Uri Geller fractures the spoon's handle beforehand, right? And what the fuck was it with the Oracle? Baking shit, chain smoking, and with no answers. Pauses. Refund please. An oracle is meant to be a person whom advice or a prophecy is sought from. Rolls eyes. I think they are meant to have a track record of giving good advice or predicting the future. Rather than baking or making people so nervous, they break shit. And while we are here, how come the Oracle changed her face, character and behavior in the other movies? Maybe they should have called her an Oracle or something more pertinent. Like the Administrator. Although an Administrator has actual powers. Perhaps calling her the Windows paperclip makes more sense. Pauses. Anyway, back to the holy plot. The Matrix is full of guns. Lots of guns. And people running around looking cool. Firing guns and saying cool shit. Like, you have a problem with authority, Mr. Anderson. You believe you are special, that somehow the rules do not apply to you. Obviously, you are mistaken. And Mr. Smith to Morpheus. I hate this place. This zoo. This prison. This reality, whatever you want to call it, I can't stand it any longer. It's the smell, if there is such a thing. I feel saturated by it. I can taste your stink, and every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by it. Rolls eyes. This makes no sense. Mr. Smith is an artificial intelligence. He can tune up or down anything. His monitor program can remove any and all irritations. Or else reinitiate the application. Probably Mr. Smith had a memory leak and needed a restart. How come the paperclip, I mean the Oracle, did not think of that? For fuck's sake. The fight scene on the rooftop, although fun, makes no sense. Bullet time is introduced, which points to Neo being the one. Since he moves like the agents. But it is Trinity who proves the agents are single-threaded. And when distracted can be snuck up on, and shot in the head. Yet, that tactic is never used again. Boom, headshot. How come we never thought of that? Pauses. At least the imagery is fun. Rolls eyes. And repetitive. Neo goes from strength to strength. Walking on the edge of a knife between the Matrix and reality. Until he is eventually shot. And dies. Only to come back to life, to the annoyance of Mr. Smith. And defeat the Matrix through a system-wide hack. Was it Trinity's love that brought Neo back? Or had Neo programmed in an Easter egg? If an Easter egg, how come Neo did not give infinite lives and flying skills to everyone who escapes the Matrix? Shrugs shoulders. The Matrix is best rolled with as entertainment. If you engage any technical skills, it falls apart rapidly. At its heart is a love story and commentary on existence. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work. When you go to church. When you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. Pauses. That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Into a prison that you cannot taste, or see, or touch. A prison for your mind. Smirks. Free your mind, and your ass will follow. Peace, I am out of here, word up. Exits stage left.